The Waterfront Season 1 introduced the Buckley family, whose fishery gets entangled in a heroin smuggling operation gone wrong. Cane and his mother, Belle, were using their fishing boats for drug transport, just like Harlan Buckley once did with his father. But things quickly spiraled out of control, forcing Harlan to return to his criminal roots. The Buckleys' main issue was money. Their finances were in shambles, and selling heroin was just a temporary fix. Belle, however, secretly planned to develop the family's land without Harlan's knowledge. When she backed out of a deal with Wes due to guilt, Wes retaliated by buying their debt and leveraging their land. More shady dealings followed as Cane and Harlan took care of the unpredictable Grady, while Belle had to find a way to stop Wes. Is Belle now running the Buckley empire? With Grady gone, Wes was the final obstacle. The Buckleys couldn't repay him, so Belle went to the Parkers, a powerful and dangerous family, for help. They agreed to handle Wes and secure the land deal, but only if Belle became the head of the Buckley business. The season ends with Belle introduced to a bruised Wes as the new boss. The Parkers will expect Belle to honor their deal, but she never told Harlan about it. As the Waterfront Season 2 begins, this secret could drive a wedge between them. Whether Belle truly plans to lead or has something else in mind, one thing's clear: she's usurping Harlan's role. The Buckley-Parker Partnership. Parkers aren't new players. Years ago, Harlan and his father worked with them to build wealth through drug trafficking, and much of the Buckleys' influence in Havenport still stems from that connection. But things turned sour when Harlan's father betrayed the Parkers and was killed for it. Despite the history, Harlan and Cane chose to re-team with the Parkers over working with Grady, who was far more dangerous. They agreed to a long-term partnership, but they're unaware that Belle struck her own deal with the Parkers behind their backs. How Harlan and Cane killed Grady and got away with it. Grady was too volatile to continue working with, so Harlan and Cane asked the Parkers to eliminate him. When that plan failed, Grady kidnapped Bree and took her out to sea. Harlan and Cane rescued her, killing Grady in the process. It was Cane's first kill, traumatic but necessary to save Bree. To cover their tracks, Harlan called in help from interim Sheriff Drew, who's loyal to the Buckleys. Drew erased the evidence, making Grady's disappearance look like he simply vanished. Cane, Jenna, and Peyton's triangle. Cane and Jenna had obvious chemistry, and Peyton sensed it. She left early in the season but returned after learning the truth. Though hurt, Peyton showed compassion toward Jenna, who had just lost her father. That act of kindness prompted Jenna to end things with Cane. Cane returned home to Peyton with apologies. Their marriage, much like Harlan and Belle's, is strained but still standing. Peyton forgave him, though their future together remains uncertain heading into Season 2. Bree's survival and trauma. Grady shot Bree and threw her into the ocean, but she survived thanks to Diller, who tossed her a rescue kit. Harlan, Cane, and Shawn saved her just in time, and she underwent surgery. The near-death experience forced Bree to confront her traumatic past. As a recovering addict, Bree lost custody of her son Diller after a fire she caused while high. Her addiction stems from childhood trauma. She witnessed her grandfather's murder by Emmett Parker and saw her father die. Though she survived this ordeal, Bree's emotional journey is far from over. Will Shawn stay in Havenport? Shawn, Harlan's son from a previous relationship, came to Havenport after his mother's death hoping to bond with his father. Instead, he was pulled into the Buckley family chaos. He helped rescue Bree and proved himself under pressure, but he's clearly uneasy with the violent legacy tied to the Buckley name. Though he seems set to stay, his hesitance in the finale suggests he's torn. Season 2 will likely explore whether he stays or chooses to leave this dangerous life behind. How the ending sets up Season 2. The Waterfront Season 1 closed with major cliffhangers. Harlan still doesn't know Belle made a deal with the Parkers or that she's now seen as the new head of the Buckley family. Tension is brewing in their marriage. Meanwhile, Cane and Peyton's relationship is fragile, and Bree is still recovering emotionally. Shawn's future is uncertain, and the Parkers now have deep influence over the Buckleys. Season 2 is set to unravel these dynamics even further, with more secrets, power struggles, and emotional fallout on the horizon.